Hey everybody, today we're going to be looking at and putting together a classic, the Google Cardboard VR headset. This is actually the first time I've seen the original Google Cardboard headset. I've looked at a couple of other VR headsets that came about because of this one, but this is truly the headset that started them all. So let's see exactly what we have and what exactly this might be used for. The outside is just a sleeve, so we'll set this down here, and then it's quite basically just a bit of perforated cardboard with some Velcro on it, it looks like. I'm gonna pull off the lens protectors there, and quite easily you just unvelcro that. Looks like this part here flips up and out to create the shade, or the blinder part of the headset. Tucked inside here is our headband, and then this piece looks like it folds back up and just fits right back down on there. So all in all, it's a pretty basic, pretty easy to put together set. In fact, here to put on the looks like to put on this head strap, we just connect it here and here, and then we're done. Extremely quick and easy to put together. The cardboard itself is actually fairly sturdy. I wouldn't expect a whole lot of use out of it where it is cardboard, but for the price, it's an excellent little purchase if you're wanting to get into the idea of seeing just what the VR is all about. And again, like I said, I'll try this with my current phone, see how it fits, and give you some final thoughts on it. Okay, so first I want to mention that there is no adjustment really on the straps, and it's quite tight on my head. I've been told before I've got a pretty large head though. And putting it on, because it is so tight, it does dig into my face quite a bit. I can also see there are seam places. Let's see if I can show you here real quick. But there are seams here that do let in a fair amount of light, which does detract a bit, I think, from what they're trying to achieve. The little bit of padding that I do have for your forehead actually leaves a red mark on my forehead again, where I think it's that I have too big of a head. And I think ultimately the reason for a lot of that is because it is a very rigid design, being out of cardboard. That being said, this is the grandfather of all VR headsets, and without the Google Cardboard, we wouldn't be where we are today. And as far as not wanting to spend a whole lot of money to get into it, this is still a fairly valid, viable option, especially for maybe kids, or throwing this, I'd say, into a kit to throw into the car. Where it's so cheap, I don't mind one bit having to replace it if the cardboard does get ruined. Sorry, let me pan down a bit. No problem with the materials if it does get ruined, where the price point is so low. And it does pack down really quite compact. The phone doesn't really stay in the set very well. As you can see, mine just kind of slides out. And again, I think it's because this isn't able to do a one-size-fits-all. I think they might have had a specific phone in mind when they did come up with this. But if nothing else, it's a great conversation piece a great piece of history, and definitely something that I wouldn't mind throwing into my to-go bag in my car as a fun activity for the kids to use on an outing. Just showing you again, it does fold up really quick and easy, so you can stow it away, you know, back in the original box. Quite easy. Would I buy it? Probably not. I'd probably go with a better headset. There are much better ones out there now, but if you're looking for something that's disposable, something that again is really inexpensive to get you into the idea of VR, or if you just want a really good piece of history, I'd go with it.